Hello, everyone, and we're back with, let's say, section two of our applique. So the last time we ended up um, slip stitching on the top of the chain three from the round before. So that's what I'm doing right now. And what we're gonna do, we have to get to this space. So what I'm gonna do is do another slip stitch on the double crochet after that, and then another slip stitch into the chain three space, and that's where we want to be. So this round is gonna be this one right here. And these are clusters. And they're clusters because the way you do it is you start doing your either double crochet or your treble or whatever, but you just go halfway until you have the amount you want on your cluster of stitches on your cluster. So to start with, I'm gonna chain three because it's a double crochet. Actually, chain two is to go up, and then on this first one, you're just gonna have three loops at the end, and I'll show you what I mean. On all the other ones, you're gonna end up having four loops at the end that you're gonna go through. So, but since this is the start of the round, that's what happens. So you yarn over like you're gonna do it your double crochet like always, and then you go halfway and you stop right there. Now you have two loops on your hook, and it's a cluster of three. This counts as your first one. This is your second one. Now we're gonna do the third one, and I'm gonna go halfway. So you have three loops on your hook. Now we're gonna finish it, so we're gonna go through all the loops, and there's your cluster. So the directions are that now you chain seven. Actually, no, I am totally wrong. In here, you just chain three.
Because you're doing
Because
these two groupings?
yes,
Okay.
these two groupings. Then in between those, we are doing seven.
Okay.
But right now, it's just three. So 1, 2, and 3. And then my next cluster. So I'm gonna yarn over. And see, I already have a loop in here. So yarn over and start doing my double crochet halfway, two loops, yarn over, do another double crochet halfway, three loops, do another one because it's a group of three, and there you have it. Now you have four loops on your hook. You're gonna go through all the loops. Now we're making chain seven.
That's gonna be what you grab hold for the last part.
Yep. So we're gonna do our next cluster on the next chain three space. So yarn over, my first double crochet, I have two loops. Second one, I have three loops. The third one, now I go through all four loops. And there is my first cluster on the chain three space. So now it's just three in between the clusters. And just go halfway. And you're gonna finish them all at the same time. And that's what makes the cluster. So now we do chain seven. And do another cluster. Chain 3 in between clusters. Just go halfway and finish it up. Seven chain and then another cluster on your chain 3 space. Chain 3 and my other cluster. I have such a great assistant.
Thank you. You deserve the best, Dee.
It's always fun at the knitting club. Just remember that. I'm trying to hurry for you guys so you can see how this round ends. And just remember, your cluster, you make it by doing your stitches just halfway, and at the end just finishing it up. So 7.
You know, there are these videos of people that like they're chopping potatoes or whatever, and that's what helps, you know, people relax. And I'm watching Dee crochet, and that movement of her hands, I feel it's the same way. I like that.
I'm glad I can be of service. So chain 3 in between your clusters. Just go halfway. And finish it up. So now we are at the end of the round, and we need to do our last chain, 7 chains. And we are gonna slip stitch on top of the of the first on top of the chain 3 that we made at the beginning of the round.
So if somebody is not used to finding that, would you mark it with one of those pins then?
You can, yeah, you can. As soon as you do your chain 3 to go up at the beginning of the round, you can
That's
mark
right.
that.
That way you know where to
Yeah. Okay, so our next round says it's gonna be this, and I'm gonna go, well, let me show you what you have, what you already have, kind of.
Isn't that beautiful, y'all?
So this is what you have. And now in this chain 7 spaces, we're gonna have the, I don't know how to call it, the star. It's the pointy thing.
It's the jewelry of the star.
There you go.
Ta-da.
I always need you.
Yes.
I'm good by myself, but with you, I'm excellent.
She's
Okay,
full
I'm
of it.
dreaming. Yeah, I'm totally full of it. Okay, so we are gonna start. Okay, remember that we went through 3 slip stitches to get to the middle or the chain 3 space. We're going to do the same thing now, because we're gonna go to the center. So I did my I have done my first slip stitch. Now I'm gonna do another one, and then I'm gonna do a single crochet in between my two clusters on the chain 3 space. So that's a single crochet. Then I'm just gonna start doing my filling up my chain 7 space, and I'm gonna do 7 double crochets.
Real double crochets.
Yes, not
halfway.
halfway.
Okay.
That's just for the cluster. So 7 double crochets. Then to get this pointy thing, this is a picot. I really personally don't like doing the picot, so the way that I do it, you can do it whichever way pleases you. The way I do it is I just chain 3 and then do my next double crochet. And it might be a space. If you don't like it, then let me do it the way they do it. So the picot is done by chaining 3 and then slip stitching on the first chain of those 3. So it's a slip stitch. And then you do your next group of double crochets, which we did 7, so we're gonna do 7 on this side too. And you can do 7, you can do 6, you can do 5. It depends how tight you like your fabric to be. I like it full. Yeah. So I look at it, and if I think I want to do more, I do one more. There is no crochet police anywhere that I know of.
So does the pattern call for a total of 14?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually 12. 12.
Okay.
The pattern says 6 on each side. I did 7 because I like it tight.
Well, and I think that the thickness of this yarn probably dictates that too, right?
Yeah,
To fill
because
it all
if
in.
no, it's gonna be, for me, my taste, it's gonna be too loose.
I agree.
Okay, so you finish your next 7 double crochets, and you're just gonna go and do a single crochet on the chain 3 space. So your chain 3 space is for your single crochet, and then your chain 7 is for to fill up and form the star, let's say, the jewels. So again, 7 double crochets. And then now your picot, which is chain 3, and then slip stitch on the first chain of those 3. And sometimes it's hard because the thread is really thin, but you know, it's not really a big deal. So now you do your 7 double crochets, and on this one I'm doing double crochets because that's what I started with, but actually on this applique that is already finished, I did treble, so you can see the difference. This is treble, this is treble crochet, so 2 loops on your hook, and I will do one in a minute so I can show you the difference. 5, 6, and 7. So I do my single crochet in the chain 3, And I'm just gonna do a treble crochet, so you just see how it looks and what the difference is. For a double crochet, we just loop one, yarn over one. For a treble, I'm gonna loop twice. I'm gonna yarn over twice. Then I'm gonna go, and it's just the same thing as the double crochet. You go through two, you go through two, and you go through two. So that's a treble. That's why the name. So loop twice, and just do as if you were doing a double crochet, but it's a treble, so you go through two loops 3 times. And I'm gonna finish this one like that, so you can see it's not a big difference. It's just preference, let's say.
Well, I guess that gives you thickness here.
It could, because it has more yarn into it. But it's easy. When I first started, I was like, treble 3? But it really is exactly the same thing. You just go through 2 loops 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And you loop twice. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm gonna do my picot. 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch on the first chain of those 3, and do my treble.
Now, in the kit, you get a skein of Cohen, which is the linen shabui. And we weighed this, and there is enough to create 12, I believe, of these. Because if you wanted to do an applique on each side of the bag, there was enough for 12 applique.
Yes. And at the knitting cup, you can always get more. So I have, and you can find this graphs for, really cute appliques all over Pinterest. But I have some for you here. If you decide to do a square one, it doesn't really matter, as long as you can, you tack it onto your beautiful linen baggie. You're gonna be good to go. Okay, so let me show you. I don't know if you can see the difference, but
Yeah, sure.
this one is a little bit taller than this one. This is the double crochet one, and this is the treble.
And the one that she did here is the treble.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Dee, I can't thank you enough for this. This is fantabulous.
thank you for allowing me to do that.
Oh, allowing me. Love you. Take care. Have fun, everybody. We're going to have this up really soon.